Hey everyone, I'm here and we are gonna do some Muller Rusch. And this is the Muller Rusch dance. Okay, what are you gonna do? So, if you look at this, we're going to start on lesson 65. This is on page 70 in your book. Violins. Yours is pretty self-explanatory. However, if you look at your part, you do have some low ones and low fours. Because you have 3 flats in your key signature, you have B flat, E flat, and A flat, you're also going to have to play F naturals and C naturals. My suggestion to you is when you practice this first, if you need to mark in a fingering, just mark it in. There's no shame in that. That's okay. Sometimes you have to do that, especially when you're learning a new scale. Just do it. If you're a violist, you also have a similar situation where you have low 2s, you have low 1s, you have low 4s. Funny enough, your fingering for the E flat major scale is the same fingering that the violins have for the B flat major scale. The more you know. Cellos. Let's have fun with this one. You are going to start out in first position with a second finger. You got low ones and second fingers until you get to the third position shift. You're going to make sure that your first finger goes down to that last tape for third position. And it is kind of funny shifting on a slur, but it kind of helps you transition and make it a little smoother. So if at first you can't do the slur with it, practice it without the slur. And then just go back and forth between those 2 notes, the second finger and the first finger in third position. Once you do in third position, you have 1, 2, 4. You're going to go back slightly on your A string and 1, 3, 4. You'll hold that fourth finger 3, 1, and then on your D string, you have to go back to that fourth finger in third position. When I do that shift from second position on the A string to third position on the D string, I'm actually not thinking about the fourth. I am thinking about the fourth finger. I'm actually thinking about my first finger back to that tape because I know that fourth finger will be in tune then. So, yes. Think about your fourth finger. However, also think about where is that first finger supposed to go to set me up for the rest of the notes. And then once you go back to first position, it's pretty easy. Bass. I don't like the way the book outlined this for you. I don't think they set you up for success. Sorry, Muller Rusch. You are going to start in half position. That's what HP means. So you're going to start with a low 1, then you'll go to a low 1 on your E string, but then if you look for your G and your A flat, you have to get out of half position to do that. There's no way around that one. So for the G and the E flat, shift to first position. So you will go low 1 on your D, low 1 on your E in half position, and then for that G, go and do a regular second finger G, then do a regular fourth finger on your E, so you can play that A flat or G sharp, it's the same thing, it's called an enharmonic, and then you have to go back into half position, and the rest of those notes will be in half position until you get to the last 4 notes, and then you'll have to shift back on your E string to 4, 2, and then 1. I don't know why they didn't put to go into first position. You'll see my hand when I play it for you. I think I'm explaining it and making it more complicated, but they should have put a fingering in for you. I'm sorry they didn't. Let's talk about the arpeggio, where it says B chords. Let's do that one too. So if you look at this, if you're a violinist, This is all in first position. It's very straightforward. You do have low ones, you do have low fourth fingers. I think the low fourth finger will probably be the most difficult part for you. It's actually not too bad. If you have to write in certain notes so you remember, like fingering, go ahead and do that. There is no shame. If you're a violist, again, I think this one's pretty straightforward. If you have to write in a fingering, write in a fingering. It's no big deal. Cellos. Lucky for you, you don't have to shift on the arpeggio. It kind of stays in that lower octave land, like this. I'm sorry I keep dancing. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. You actually should be able to be okay. These are all notes. Just watch your low first fingers. If you are a bass player, in the second measure of B, you're gonna have to do a fourth finger in first position and a second finger in first position on your E string. And then you'll go back to a half position on that low first finger E flat. Again, they should have given you a fingering and they didn't. I apologize. I don't know why I should be apologizing. Basses are important too. So yeah, let's get into this. I'll play each example for you as a play along. I will have a metronome. This is also a disclaimer for all instruments. When you're playing scales, don't use vibrato. You actually want to learn how to get the exact pitch in tune. And that's actually kind of difficult because our natural inclination, if you have a longer note, is to use a little bit of vibrato. But you want to train yourself to get it right and not to like modify the pitch. Get it right, no vibrato. So when you send a recording to me, I don't want to hear any of that. I don't. Only straight pitches. I hope this helps. Let's get into it. This is lesson 65, page 70, number 334A, the E flat major scale on the violin. I am going 70 beats per minute. You don't have to go super fast when you do scales. 1, 2, ready, play. Next, I am doing 334B, the chords, which is essentially an arpeggio. 1, 2, ready, play. Next, we have lesson 65 on page 70, number 334A, the E flat major scale on viola. 70 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, play. Next, we're going to do 334B, the chords, or the arpeggio. 1, 2, ready, play. This is lesson 65, page 70, number 334A, the E flat major scale for cello. Please watch when I'm shifting from third position, where my finger's going for second position. So if on my D is third, and then second position on my A string. I'm going to be doing 70 beats per minute. 1, 2, ready, play. Now I'm going to do number 334B, chords, which is also the arpeggio. 1, 2, ready, play. This is number 65 on page 70, number 334A, the E flat major scale on the bass. Let's do this. 1, 2, ready, play. This is also number 334, but it's B, chords, or the arpeggio. 1, 2, ready, play. I hope this video was helpful. I hope it answered some questions. If you have any other questions for me, please feel free to write in the comments on Google Classroom, and there might be somebody else who has the same exact question as you. I love and I miss you guys. Bye. 1, 2, ready, play. Nope, no vibrato, sperato. That rhymed.